Episode 5 of Dexter Original Sin entitled F is for Fuck Up. Let's get into it. Girl, we pick up where Dexter left off, which was Mad Dog getting taken out by a moving vehicle. Dexter has no choice but to flee the scene before Miami Metro pulls up and realizes he has 15 minutes to go back to Mad Dog's place to clean up the scene. He better hope Mad Dog is dead, girl. He rushes back to Mad Dog's house to intricately clean the crime scene with the help of Miami Metro's tools. Miami Metro arrives as Dexter is just finishing up, so he hides in the garage. They don't find him, and so he goes home to find Harry, who is pissed because he's hearing Mad Dog's name on the news. Dexter assures him that police won't find anything, but Harry don't want to hear that shit, okay? He says he never should have let Dexter off Nurse Mary. He says that Dexter needs more training and that he is not to kill anyone else, which just sounds crazy to me, girl. They could never make a show like this about a black man. Harry tells Dexter not to leave the house for anything until Mad Dog's house has been cleared. Next, we see Deb dropped off at school by her new mystery man boyfriend Gio that she met at the club. She is proud to show him off as well as his nice car. Even gave him a kiss in front of the whole student body, and I'm like, girl, you don't even know this man. But I digress, I've done worse. Harry pays a visit to Mad Dog's body after the autopsy's been done. He's simply hoping that there is nothing that ties this dead body to Dexter. Dexter is at home and wants to do whatever he can to gain back Harry's trust, but at the same time misses his chance to feed his fix with Mad Dog, so he was still hungry for more. Apparently, he was also hungry for actual food and fucked up a whole container of brownies that were labeled Dev's volleyball team do not eat. So I'm like, are these weed brownies, bitch? Oh lord. At work, Captain Mustache and the team are preparing for Harry to take the stand for the retrial. Captain Mustache doesn't want them to go easy on Harry as Tanya has experience with Reed's defense attorney. Harry has a flashback with Laura. She's counting a shit ton of cash and says the Columbias are beginning to trust her and even invited her for a weekend on the Keys. Harry tells her she cannot do that. He collects the cash and starts to head out, but Laura wants some more of that date. Harry says that can't happen again, and I'm like, Harry, you are a tease, girl. He begins walking out, but I guess he couldn't resist, bitch, because he closed that door and went and slang some more dick for Laura, and I know she loved it. Back to real time where we see Dexter at home on the couch watching TV high as a kite. Deb comes home, and for the first time, Dexter is actually funny. Please get high more, Dex. Deb quickly clocks his tea and realizes he has to be high. She sees that he ate her brownies, but thinks it could be good for him to, for once, not be in control. But Dexter is freaking out. Deb then eats a brownie, and bitch, next thing you know, they are flying. On the couch, fucking up snacks, Deb is enjoying it and suggests they do this more often. She tells him about dating Gio and how she wants to go on a double date with Dexter and Sophia. She says that he's a good bad boy. As she's watching I Love Lucy, it reminds her of her mother and how tomorrow is the anniversary of her death. They start talking and Deb calls Dexter the golden child after he referred to himself as a terrible person. Deb asks what he did and says it's not like he killed someone. Dexter looks at her and asks, what if I did? She laughs it off and blames it on the weed. The next morning, Deb mentions crazy things that Dexter said when they were high, like pizza shapes. Thankfully, it seems like he's in the clear when it comes to Deb. Harry comes in and mentions the anniversary of their mother. Deb suggests visiting her gravesite, and Harry says that he has the Levi Reed trial, which rightfully so starts to piss Deb off. Like, Harry, how dare you? Okay, he saw that Deb was pissed and suggested meeting at 5 p.m. to visit the site. Harry then tells Dexter that he's going back to work today, and of course, Dexter was so excited. Dexter goes back to work, and Tanya is very much invested in the horse race she's watching. Harry pulls Dexter for a fingerprinting assignment. Girl, Harry wants Dexter to fingerprint the man who ran over Mad Dog in hopes of assuring that this man cannot ID Dexter. Maria is interviewing this very terrified black man who ran over Mad Dog. Dexter enters, and for a second it seems like this guy recognized him, but he's really just, well, terrified. He was completely distraught. Maria was there to comfort him and he did not see anyone at the scene. Dexter finishes fingerprinting and goes to see that Tanya's horse had lost due to an injury. He's curious about drugs given to horses to sedate them, and Tanya informs him that a drug called etorphine will do the job. Dexter's dick is so hard from this news, and we all know why. We then go to Levi Reed's trial where we see Harry on the stand. Miami Metro pretty much profiled Reed, only using half of his fingerprints to arrest him. Girl, they then brought Brandy in with the whole mommy makeover. Remember her? The woman who Harry said is as useless as a white crayon. Bitch. That shit is still hilarious. They're grilling Harry for omitting Brandy's testimony and claiming to be Reed's alibi during the time of the crime. Girl, that was enough to get Reed off. Okay, and Captain Mustache told Harry to take the rest of the day off until he figured out what to do with him. I'm like, damn, y'all about to fire Harry? Levi's goofy looking ass and Brandy played the shit out of Harry. Next, we see Dexter at a horse track. He frees one of the horses to distract everyone so that he can get his murderous hands on some etorphine. Girl, it is 5 p.m. and Deb is ready to visit their mother's grave site. No one is home, including Harry, even though he should be home because his ass was just sent home. So she calls Gio to take her. Now Gio, he got game, okay? He has game. He gave Deb flowers for her mother's grave. Okay, gang. Deb has such a sweet moment with her mom at the gravesite. She feels lost and unseen by Harry and Dexter, and it really gives you an understanding of her. Dexter goes back to the station looking for Harry. Angel tells him that Harry was sent home and also that Levi's goofy ass is now a free man, which we know makes him a target for Dexter. Harry goes to Doris's site to see that Deb had been there. We then see a Harry flashback where he sees Dexter coloring late at night. Dexter drew a picture of Harry. He puts Dexter to bed and Harry explains his comfort with children after having a son himself at one point who died. He blames himself for this. Harry goes back to Doris after fucking Laura. Bitch, Doris tells him that she is pregnant and she is excited as ever. Back to real time where we see Deb in Gio's car watching the water and they end up fucking. Then we see Harry at the bar drinking his sorrows away. Captain Mustache pulls up saying that the mayor needs someone responsible for Reed's release, but that he's not gonna let Harry go. But he did remove him from Jimmy Powell's case, saying that it's too high profile. He puts Harry at the bottom of the homicide list, which sounds kind of fucked up, with Maria and expects Harry to worship him, I guess. Harry does say thank you, but Captain Mustache needs to have a seat somewhere and focus on his son. Next, we see Harry's drunk ass watching Levi Reed and has his gun out. He can't even see straight. Bitch, next thing you know, he passes out from the etorphine shot given to him by Dexter. Girl, he tied Harry up and mentioned his mistake with Mad Dog and Harry's mistake in court. He knew Harry was about to make another mistake by killing Levi's goofy looking ass. Harry just wants to be untied, bitch. Harry said, let me out. Dexter told him that he can no longer control his murders. He wants to be himself and kill freely. Harry encourages Levi's murder and doesn't even argue with Dexter. Dexter then goes to visit his mother's site. He says that there is no going back for him and says his final goodbyes to his mother, bitch. Goodness gracious, now this was another great episode. Again, I just feel like the show is getting better as we progress and I'm so here for it. Dexter is getting closer to just being his free murderous self without having Harry control him. Oof, I'm curious and excited to see what happens next.